multiple agencies that collect data in India. Average temperature of March 2024 was how government needs to be serious not only about how to deal with Aurangabad, Buxar, Gaya, Nawada, Jamui and Banka and Patna. Government of Bihar also gives very contradictory data. Both works under Home Ministry, but both gives different data. How many deaths has already happened this year itself? The government of Bihar don't count deaths. Modi government refused to declare death due to Indian Parliament was informed have to give compensation to the victim of this disaster. The year 2024 saw an unprecedented heat wave across the world. So is in India and so is in Bihar. Bihar is one of the five most heat wave affected states in India, across India. Between 1978 and 2014, there were 885 deaths in Bihar due to heat wave. Hold it, Bihar is not at the top. Far from Bihar, Andhra Pradesh saw 5,119 deaths during the same period of time, while the Uttar Pradesh saw 2,037 deaths in the same period of time. The average temperature of March 2024 was 1.5 degrees Celsius higher than what it was almost 200 years ago, like 100 years ago, 120 years ago in 1900. But unlike other parts of the world, India don't have a system to calculate, organize and understand death due to heat wave across the country. We don't have a systematic system. The data related to death due to heat waves released by Government of India are very contradictory in nature. They contradict with each other. Neither do Indian government recognize death due to heat wave as natural disaster. There are several countries across the world that recognize death due to heat wave as natural disaster. Today at News Hunters, we would like to explain to you how government needs to be serious not only about how to deal with heat waves, but also about correcting their own data related to death due to heat waves, and also to reconsider the idea of declaring death due to heat wave as natural disaster. In India, there are three different agencies that collect data related to death due to heat waves. First is NDMA, second is NCRB, third is MOES. The NDMA is called Natural Disaster Management Authority. Then NCRB, all you know, National Crime Record Bureau data, and then Ministry of ES, Ministry of MOES, Ministry of Earth Science, which is a new ministry. Apart from these two, out of these three agencies, NDMA and NCRB both works under Ministry of Home Ministry. Apart from this, there is another organization, WMO, World Meteorological Organization, that also collect the same data. So there are multiple agencies that collect data in India related to death due to heat waves. But these are contradictory. They give contradictory data. How? The total number of deaths due to heat waves reported between 2009 and 2022 was 6,751 by MOES, 11,090 by NDMA, and then 15,020 by NCRB. So three different agencies gives three different data. Similarly, WMO, which is World Meteorological Organization, reported that 25,692 people died across India due to heat wave between 1992 and 2020. But Ministry of SPI is called Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. So this is the fifth agency that count data related to death from heat waves. This ministry says that there were only 13,239 deaths due to heat waves. But the WMO says it's more than 25,000 during the same period of time. So these are all contradictory. MOSPI reported again that there were only 6,252 deaths between 2011 and 2021, so in 10 years. But the WMO reported 8,716 deaths during the same period of time, during the same 10 years from 11 to 21. So again there is a contradiction in terms of data that different agencies collect. NDMA and NCRB both works under Ministry of Home Affairs, but both gives different data. Data collected by same ministry gives different data. NDMA claimed that there were only, within India, they claimed that there were only 4 deaths in the year 2020 across the country, which is nothing more than laughable. And this is being done just to claim that they have done a tremendous job in terms of controlling the death due to heat waves. But all you can see how we are looking at these times, how many deaths has already happened this year itself. Within Bihar, Aurangabad, Buxar, Gaya, Nawada, Jamui and Banka and Patna, these are the districts which are most affected by the heat waves, and or they are more prone to heat waves within Bihar. The government of Bihar don't count deaths due to heat waves, and Indian government don't consider heat wave as natural disaster. There is no logic, they don't give any logical logic, central government don't give any logical logic not to count the exact number of deaths due to heat waves in Bihar. Government of Bihar also gives very contradictory data, because at the end NCRB ka data is being given by state government, state police only. So even Bihar government gives contradictory data. For example, according to data reported by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, they get data from the Government of Bihar. They reported that total death reported in Bihar due to heat wave was 0. There was no heat wave death in 2022, and only 8 till 30th June of 2023. And this is being collected by IDSP. But the newspaper reports that Bihar already had 45 deaths due to heat wave till 19th of June 2023. Similarly, in 2022, Indian Parliament was informed that heat waves killed no people in Bihar, but IMD data suggests that there were 1 death. At least there were 1 death due to heat wave in Bihar. Before April 2022 itself, within a Parliament, 2 different reports was tabled, and they give 2 different contradictory data in terms of number of deaths due to heat wave in Bihar during the year 2018. In an answer to question asked on 21st July 2023 in Lok Sabha, the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare informed the Parliament that there were only 2 deaths due to heat wave in Bihar during the year 2018. But in another answer to another question asked in the same Lok Sabha on 6th February 2019, the Ministry of Earth Science, a different ministry, informed the Parliament that there were no deaths in Bihar due to heat wave during the period 2018. So one ministry is saying there were 2 deaths in Bihar, one ministry is saying there were no deaths. Again, NCRB reported that there were 764 people died in Uttar Pradesh, while NDMA, another agency that collect data, reported only 2 deaths in UP during the same period of time, for the same period of time. Similarly, NCRB reported 664 deaths due to heat wave in Punjab, but NDMA, which works under Ministry of Home Affairs, reports that there were no deaths in Punjab. So one is saying 660, another agency is saying there were no deaths. In 2015, Ministry of Health also started collecting their own data on death due to heat wave under Integrated Disease Surveillance Program, which is also called IDSP. Instead of developing a more robust or more scientific way of collecting or analyzing those data, Indian government, different agencies of different government, Indian government, different ministries of Indian government is busy in collecting their own data so that they can correct their own data, they can claim what they want to claim. Instead, what Indian government should do is to focus more on declaring death due to heat wave as natural disaster. It's been long since this demand by different state is being pending. Despite repeated appeal from a state government, different state government to the Modi government refused to declare death due to heat waves as natural disaster. On the other hand, death due to heat waves is increasing every year. Government argues that since heat wave occurs frequently almost every year and is almost predictable, thus this doesn't qualify as a natural disaster. But by this logic, flood in North Bihar could also not be considered as natural disaster because it is as predictable as anything else. Almost every year, we have the prediction that North Bihar will definitely get flood, at least in Kosi belt. Central government don't want to consider death due to heat wave as a natural disaster because if they do so, if they consider this heat wave as natural disaster, they have to give compensation to the victim of this disaster. This is exactly why Indian government don't want to consider death due to another natural disaster, another disaster which should be considered as disaster, like the lighting or the what in Hindi we call Vajrapadna. Indian government don't recognize that as a natural disaster, and for that we have made a separate video on that different kind of disaster. Keep watching News Hunter. We will try and get and keep questioning everything that we feel that needs to be questioned. Thank you.